Hello and welcome to Fearless DIY Music. My name is Tristan Lass, and today we're doing part 2 of the Jaguar. It's not really a review, it's a guitar I recently purchased. If you have not seen part 1 of this little mini-series, maybe you should check it out. It was kind of my impressions right out of the box. This guitar is maybe a year and a half old at the most. I bought it online for a good price through Guitar Center. And anyway, this is my first foray into offset guitars. And for those of you who have never played one, there are a lot of things that you have to pay attention to on these guitars that you wouldn't on others. I definitely have done a lot of research before I bought this guitar, and I ended up having to do all the mods that are usually recommended by offset experts. So anyway, let's go ahead and start by talking about some of the things that I had to do to get this guitar as playable as it is now. First off, the tremolo arm, as seen in the first video, made a lot of noise and moved and rattled. So I did the Mike Adams hammer trick on it, and I tried just giving it one whack to get it to, seat properly and be bent just enough to really hold in firm. And that didn't work. So I whacked it again and again and again. And then finally I got a good fit on it. I did put a little tiny bit of lubricant in there just to, make it easier to move. Even though it's very firm and it did still move, I decided to do that just so that there wouldn't be a lot of friction in there. So anyway, that being fixed is great because I can just put it wherever I want and it stays where it's supposed to be. I did not have to delve into the bridge itself, the tremolo system itself. Rather, it doesn't really make any noise. It's just the stock Squier tremolo, and it works great. So I haven't had to mess with that. Then moving forward, the bridge. The bridge was up against the pick guard due to the fact there was no neck angle on it. So what I did was I ended up putting a 5-degree shim in. I tried the 1 and it was a little bit extreme. I put in the 5 and it put it right where it needs to be in my estimation. So now it rocks when you're using the tremolo and it stays perfectly in tune for the most part, unless you're doing like extreme things. But even with extreme tremolo use, the bridge does return to where it needs to be. Now, when I pulled this bridge out, it had tape all over it. And I'm guessing that the previous owner had done that because this is a used instrument, to mitigate rattle and things like that. But with the increased back pitch on the neck, it doesn't matter. And with the addition of 11 gauge strings, the bridge holds firm. It's got no rattles, no problems whatsoever. So, and that moves up to the next point. It had 9s on it when I bought it, and I put 11s on, and due to the fact this is a 24-inch scale, they feel great. They feel just like 10s on a normal 25.5 scale length guitar. So that really made all the difference. I mean, just putting the shim in, getting that bridge up so that it rocks and has some clearance, and no issues in that area whatsoever now. One thing I really want to comment on that I was super impressed by was the fact that the neck on this guitar needed no real fretwork. I did polish them. I taped it off, and did a light, did a really high, basically a 1500 grit sandpaper polish, and then I went over it with steel wool, and they polished out great. No high frets, no low frets. And the other impression I had from this neck was that it really felt like an old neck, which is really super cool. It felt vintage to me. So anyway, trying to think if there's anything else of note. I promised that I would do a little bit of playing with it in this video. So why don't we check out some things here. The electronics are great. I've had no issues with those. I like the pickups, and everything works as it should. Right there, we're just on the neck pickup in the lead circuit, and it sounds fantastic. And one of the things that I had issues with out of the box was the fact that it was fretting out on the high E. And there's no more of that. So it just sounds fantastic. So we've got that. Then we go up to the rhythm circuit. A little bit more muted, a little bit warmer. I like switching between those two, almost as if you're going from a neck pickup on a standard guitar or on a more normal guitar, or whatever you want to call it. It's almost like switching between the neck and the bridge, just going from that rhythm circuit to the lead circuit, which I really like. I think that's super cool. So anyway, I guess I should mention what I'm playing through. I'm playing through an Acoustic Control Core 117. It's a 1977 all solid state amp. I do have the reverb turned on it. And that's what we're playing through right now. Let's check out the bridge a little bit. So anyway, I really like that just for like a bright rhythm sound. And then if we put a little distortion on it, I'm using the BBE 427, which is a Rat clone. We go back to the rhythm. And up to the rhythm circuit. And everything sounds really good. I love this guitar. I would highly recommend it. I would highly recommend it to anybody who wants to venture into the world of offsets. It's the Classic Vibe. You can pick. I picked this one up for about $350. So not a whole lot of money. It's just really been elbow grease to get it up and running. I have ordered a white pickguard for it, as promised in the first video, just because I think that'll make the purple pop a little bit more. I'm not a huge fan of the tortoise on this color. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back around because this inspired me enough to buy a 40th anniversary Squier Jazzmaster, which I'm also going to be working on and doing some of the same things I did to this guitar to get it up and running perfectly. So anyway, thanks again for watching. My name is Tristan Lass, and this is Fearless DIY Music.